Stoner of Black Man's Thoughts. Welcome everybody to joining in. It's your man Yeshiya. But yeah, today we're gonna be talking about, where we at now, portion of the roster on the Baltimore Ravens defense. I just did the offense, kind of rushed it at the end. You know what I mean? But I hit all the main components, the main, where we at on the roster. You know what I mean? I didn't do any predictions. I didn't do any, thoughts of the season. Just where we at now with the offense, in the sense of the roster. I haven't really even talked about offensive scheme yet, not in depth. But again, we're going to talk about the defense. Now let's get into it. So, let's start with the defensive line, man. We got, Michael Pierce, Justin Matabuke, Broderick Washington, Travis Jones. I think we still got Brent Urban. And I think that's our rotation along that defensive line, which I think is actually pretty good. Because I'm actually a big fan of Broderick Washington. I think he's a very, very good player. Not Aaron Donald, won't give you Aaron Donald numbers or anything like that, but I think he's a serviceable D lineman who just plays well, man. He gets in there and does what the hell he has to do, and he makes an impact. Isn't jaw dropping, but when you watch the team, he definitely shows up like, he's definitely making some plays out there. Michael Pierce, man, he missed last year. And Michael Pierce has been someone, he's a big guy, big strong dude in the middle, but he's also really, really talented on passing, rushing a passer. And I think that that bodes well, because what's going to happen is it's going to force teams now to really focus on the middle of this defense. They're going to really have to put their best interior linemen on Michael Pierce and others. Like Matabuke and maybe a Travis Jones or Broderick Washington, and what that's going to do is that's going to pay less attention to the edge. It's going to leave maybe more one-on-ones with the tackles on the outside, which should bode well for us. I think that Michael Pierce is somebody that we definitely needed last year. With the loss of Calais Campbell, we need a better leadership. But you know what I mean? My thing is like, hey, okay, we didn't bring back Calais Campbell. I definitely think that we're going to see if that was a mistake by not going after, somebody else. You know what I mean? So, Brent Urban, he's a guy. He's not going to do too much. He's not going to dominate anything, but he's servable. Big guy, 6'8", 6'7", defensive end. You know what I mean? He definitely is going to clog up some space, And Travis Jones, man, definitely a fan favorite of a lot of Ravens fans that I know of. He gets in there, man. He's heavy hands. He's physical, and he does pop on tape. He does, and and this year, I think he's going to really take this year and grab it. You know what I mean? Because he's had highlights and stints of just being dominant, and I think this is his year. But I don't think nobody's going to be as dominant or this is their year like Justin Matabuke. I think that, you hear about him working out with Aaron Donald. You hear about him being poor man's Aaron Donald, blah, blah, blah. I don't know anything about that. But I did know that he works out or trains with the same people as Aaron Donald, and they have a relationship. Not saying that he's nowhere near Aaron Donald. I don't think he is. But I definitely think that, look what he did last year. I think he had 4.5 sacks or something like that, or 4 sacks or 3.5. He did something, man, and he was really going off, man. He was really serviceable, and I'm hearing nothing but how dominant he is now. And I expect a big year for Justin Matabuke, and honestly, I definitely expect us to re-sign him. I don't think that that's going to be a guy that we're going to let walk. You know what I mean? I definitely see the money transitioning to the offensive side of the ball, but there are certain positions or certain players that you have to keep, and I think that Justin Matabuke, Travis Jones are more of the future. Unlike a Michael Pierce, who's towards the end of his career, definitely still towards the middle end of his career. But I definitely think Roger Washington, Justin Metabuke, and Travis Jones are more of the future, as they should. They're younger, but I think that the ceiling is it's all on your shoulders, Metabuke. I think that what he's going to be able to do, what he's going to have the opportunity to do, is going to be his benefit. And if this outside edge position is what they say it is, you're never going to. I mean, who are you going to double team? Are you going to leave Michael Pierce one-on-one? Are you going to leave Justin Metabuke one-on-one? And if they both be able to beat their one-on-ones, man, I think that we're going to have something special alongside defensive front. Let's transition to the outside linebackers. Again, I do think Travis Jones is going to play a lot. I do think that he's going to come on strong, man, but I just think that Justin Metabuke is going to have the better season this year, and rightfully so. You know, he has more experience and a lot more riding on him. Outside linebacker group, you know, okay, we drafted some guy named Ojabo, and we added a new outside linebacker coach. I forgot his name, but he's well known in the NFL community for developing, training elite pass edge rushers like Von Miller's. I want to say he's worked with Justin Metabuke, he's worked with Aaron Donald, he's worked with some very, very premier, well-known, consistent edge rushers. And now he's mentoring a high ceiling in Odafe and Ojabo. Now, I want to spend some time on it too, because Odafe, I don't see it now, nor have I ever seen this 4.3 speed. I don't know what the hell they were measuring. I really don't know. You know, like on Madden 23, you be running down the street and they have clocked a portion of the run, and let's say 22 miles per hour, 20 miles. I'm guessing like maybe his max was at a possible velocity of someone who runs a 4.3, but from him jumping off the line to the backfield, I don't see no 4.3. Matter of fact, Zay Flowers runs a 4.4, which technically means Odafe should be as fast as, Zay. Maybe not quick, because he's huge, but his speed, he should have the speed. I mean, he should be running receiver type speed. But when you watch Odafe, he plays so slow to me. But from all I've been hearing about this, he's been unblockable. And this Dr. Rush, he's definitely been helping. And one thing Odafe said was that in the past, he's had people say, just go do this, but he's never had nobody to teach him the game. This offseason, he did a lot of learning. He did a lot of the mental work. And as well as, getting physically stronger. What I hope from Odafe is that he got a lot more flexible. He got a lot more short area quick. Because if he has the long distance speed, that's fine when you're chasing somebody like a Lamar. But when you're on that edge and or they have you playing hand in the dirt, you definitely need explosion off the ball, and you definitely need short area quickness for your moves. And you need moves, and you need counter moves. We saw Odafe fly off the line, that same bulldoze, let's just say every single play he played for 18 games. Now, common sense is, as a boxing fan, that's easy to predict. That's easy to counter. You can time that. You can parry that. You can slip that. He didn't have anything, but what he's saying now is that he's been working on the knowledge of the game, hand positioning, leverage, angles, balance. He mentioned that quite often, that he would get off balance, or he would take the wrong angle. He would take the wrong pursuit angle. And as you get older, the knowledge of the game plays more of a larger attribute. When you're young, it's just based off skills and reaction. See ball, get ball. But now he's starting to think more, which is good. What you want him, you don't want him to be thinking a lot during the game, but you want it to be muscle memory. But because he spent so much time thinking about the game, hopefully he put in the work so now it is muscle memory. But from the videos I've seen him do things I've never seen him do. I've seen him do a dip, I've seen him do a spin, and they look very good. They look quick, they look explosive. They really did. I can't sit there and say that he didn't put in any work, because from what I've seen, he does look different. Like his moves, the way he coming off the line to me is different. So applied to the outside linebackers coach, also Ojabo. I kept hearing, this, I kept hearing that. Here's the bad thing about it though. As I'm watching the preseason, man, he doesn't look good at all to me. He doesn't. It's actually quite worrisome. Like, where is this? I seen something last year. I said, wow, man, this guy may be really good. But from what I've seen in the 2 preseason games, and I understand that this is technically his rookie year, he doesn't look that good to me. Like, in the sense of, obviously, there's going to be development, but for EDC to say, I've seen enough not to go add anybody else of significant talent, it's kind of crazy to me. But I guess you have to see it in live action for you to know. But I definitely think EDC gambling on Ojabo and Owe, who are 2 unproven young entities, and a new coach, because again, the outside linebacker coach was never a coach. He was a teacher. He was a pass rush teacher. Now he's a coach teaching, and this is all first. These are all young avenues. And even the pass rush coach said that, hey, he had to be taught coverage. And he was thanking his other coaches for helping him. He said, I didn't know. I had to be shown coverage. So you have a coach training or highly needed outside linebackers, things that he's never even dealt with, which is odd to me. It's very odd that you would wait this long to add into somebody like a Clowney, knowing that you don't have any experience there. So the edge is the defense is gonna live and die with the edge, I think, this year. The secondary, like usual, but more this year, the cornerbacks will live and die with the edge. As the edge goes, so will the cornerbacks. The cornerbacks will only be as good as the pass rush. And that's sad because we have some tremendous talent back there, but we don't have depth. We don't have experience we add some defensive pieces, but Ojabo and Owe definitely worry me. Some guys are standing out. Ham. Jesus, this guy is balling. This guy Ham, number 59, I forgot his first name. But he's playing lights out, man. I definitely hopefully they create something where he stays on the team, practice squad, but he's definitely has some pass rush potential. I only fear that he may end up being the Dalen Hayes. Dalen Hayes looked good. He looked amazing. But Dalen Hayes got hurt and we never heard of him again. So this guy looks pretty damn good. And every time I see him, he's making a play. He's definitely making a play. Another guy I forgot, we added Jadeveon Clowney, who's a good edge setter. He's not special against the pass, but he is kind of disruptive, but he doesn't get a lot of sacks. So he's going to add some veteran leadership and a different set of eyes. He's traveled different programs, so he's going to be able to add something new and a teaching material for Ojabo and Owe. I think actually Owe is going to have a similar career to Clowney, and I think that they see that a very, very, very fast guy who just never developed as a premier dominant pass rusher. And I think adding him, let me know that they see a lot of Clowney and Owe. So hopefully he can be opposite, get his double digit sacks. That's something that I don't think Clowney ever had. Let's go to inside linebackers, man. We got Queen, we got Roquan. We have Malik Harrison looks pretty damn good as well, and I like Malik Harrison. I think he is pretty good. We still got John Ross. I haven't seen too much or heard too much about him, but I definitely seen Malik Harrison. He's playing pretty damn good. I think we have a pretty decent linebacker core. I think that's more of a strength of our team. So I have no quarrels there. Simon, he doesn't look that great so far, and I forgot the last guy, Latavian Robinson, number 95. Rookie edge. I don't see too much. I just see he just keeps going. Now, what does that mean? You know what I mean? I don't see him getting dominated during the pass, but I also don't see him blowing past his guy. You know what I mean? I just feel like he's a hustle guy. You know what I mean? And I'm like, we've had hustle guys. We had Kamala Correa. We had fucking hustle guys. We had these guys who were supposed to be high motors and shit like that. But like, I just want somebody to develop. That's what we need. You can have all the high motive in the world, but shit, if you're not getting past your man, if you're not fluid in your hips, if you're not being able to blow by your man, and I get it. Tryhards, are good. Tryhards make the team, but sometimes you don't hear about a lot of tryhard stars, and that's what we need. We need tryhards who fucking produce and get sacks consistently. They should have brought back Justin Houston, in my opinion. Even with Clowney, I think that would have made, even though the reps would have been shortened, you're not hanging all your hopes on a Jabba who's coming off a freaking ACL last year. I just think that there's a better way to handle that. Defensive backs, we added Yasin, and we added recently, I want to say Ronald Darby. We'll see how that works out, but we have a lot of injuries. Jalen Armour Davis supposedly was playing pretty good. He's hurt. We got like 6-7 cornerbacks out already, and we got the big dog Marlon Humphrey out for a month. So I don't see it looking good. We're gonna have to win in shootouts early. We still got 2 great safety play, but you let Kyle Hamilton, our fucking Williams go down. I think that's his name. Our free safety. Forgot what his name is. Marcus Williams go down. We're hurting, bro. With the Marlowe out, bro, that's terrible. And that's terrible facing Jets, Burrow, Chargers, Chiefs. I mean, Jesus. I mean, that is horrible. You know what I mean? So that's where we at as of now. Since the draft, we're not going to get into predictions yet, man. But overall, I definitely think this is a pretty good defense. You can't have stars and super depth behind at every position, but I definitely think that in talking about the 2023 Baltimore Ravens defense, the secondary and will live and die by this pass rush. And I also, I heard something about they said Mike McDonald is just a Dan Pease. Wow. I hope not. I remember them soft-ass coverages, the bend don't break, and that's what reminded me of last year. We had a pretty decent defense, but we couldn't stop when it needed to. They were getting too close to the end zone every time. We never came up with the big plays, and it ended up sending us home. Especially without a pass rush. If you're going to have the bend don't break, you have to have a fucking pass rush like the Steelers. If you're going to allow people to pass on you, you have to be able to close on the sacks like the Steelers do. You have to be, and we had a lot of sacks last year. We never had a typical one guy to get one, but I think we were like top 5 in sacks. So we have to be able to continue that this year. We don't have nobody get double digits. We have to have a whole bunch of 8, 9 sack guys. And, that's where we at. 2003 Baltimore Ravens. This is your boy Yeshayahu, man. We out.